Hello tribe, this is your Mad Yogi Aileen bringing you the 7th series of our Dosha Vinyasa Yoga. And as per our usual, we are going to start with a Vata balancing flow. So we're anchoring down the elements of air and space. So they represent emotions such as anxiety or heightened stress or just a general feeling of being untethered or unanchored. So I want you to really feel for this flow is the sensation of your foundations, whatever is touching the floor or the mat, those are your foundations, whatever is touching your foundations. Feel that connection, feel that groundedness, and feel that sense of being anchored down, while the rest of the body is nicely flowing and moving and still honoring the qualities of the elements of air and space. So come down on our mat, sit down, and I will just face the camera for this first round. Hands in strong fists, bring them behind you. Don't pull on your buttock muscles, on your gluteal muscles. Bring your strong fists behind you and just lift your sit bones for a moment and bring them back down, and they will orient themselves naturally. Dorsiflex your ankles and wave the spine here, belly in and up, chest up, head up, and a few more, relaxing the body without hunching back into our desk body and lifting the heels up. Heels are pressing down, and wave the spine, belly in and up, chest up, head up. From here, back of your right hand on the inside of your right knee, left arm behind you where it will naturally reach, and twisting still from the base of the body, even though our sit bones are anchored down, still from the pubis, twisting to the left side, navel, sternum, and nose. Deep full breath. Left arm waves up, shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers lengthen up here, create space in your side ribs, then lateral flexion to the right side. Allow your bottom hand to just slide along the inside of your leg without overly hiking the opposite sit bone. Still ground it down. If your neck is okay, look up towards the ceiling to add a little bit more of a twist in this lateral flexion. But if your cervical spine isn't happy in this twist, just choose an angle where your neck is happy to stay for a while, not for very long. Top arm sweeps down the right side, circle forward, finger pads down on the mat. Wave the spine up here. Just one wave, belly up, chest up, head up, and exhale. Allow yourself to melt down. Left arm on the inside of your left leg. Right arm scoops up towards the left side and come back into your lateral flexion. Again, without overly hiking that opposite sit bone. Neck is twisting, is turning in an angle that it's happy with, that it's comfortable with, to stay for a few breaths. Coming out of the pose, squeeze your right side. Don't throw your body. Squeeze your right side. Right hand behind you where it will naturally fall. The body will come out already in a small twist, and you can just accentuate that by still twisting from the pubis, navel, sternum, and nose. Even if that movement is very subtle, that's all right. Staying in this twist, let's come back to our lateral flexion and let's make this nice and smooth. Right arm waves up, inhaling here. Exhale, lateral flexion, left side. Top arm sweeps down. Center, finger pads down on the mat and spinal wave, belly up. Chest up, head up, and exhale down. Allow your hands to slide away. Allow your body to be invited in a lower position if you can or if you want to. Right arm, right leg, left arm scoops up the right side and come back into lateral flexion on this side. Inhale, squeeze your left side to lift up, left hand behind, and accentuate that twist by moving the spine in that order. Left arm waves up. Exhale, lateral flexion. Scoop down, fingers forward, spinal wave. Left arm, left leg, right arm waves up, scoops up in a circular fashion. Right side squeezes, right hand behind, and twist. Right arm waves up. Exhale, lateral flexion, left side. Top arm sweeps down. Hands forward. Right arm, right leg. Left arm sweeps up. Circular motion. Squeeze your left side to lift and twist. Left arm waves up. Exhale, lateral flexion, coming as deep as you want to or staying as high as you want to. Top arm sweeps down, coming back to your forward fold and wave the spine, belly up, chest up, head up, and exhale down. Left arm, left leg, right arm sweeps up. Squeeze the right side to lift and coming back to your twist. From here, turning back to center, bend your right knee and just bring your heel to the middle of the body. So this is an open Janu Sirsasana. As in the proper pose, the left side of the body would be aligning to the left leg in a small twist. This one, just bend your knee and allow your body to just stay in the angles it's in. So the spine is in the apex of this triangle. Fingers down on the mat, wave the spine, belly up, chest up, head up, and hinging on your hips. Expand the arms out to the sides and let the head go. Deep, full breath. Waving back up. Inhaling and exhale to the front this time. Fingers slide to the front. Again, you're hinging on your hips first, and then once you've come down to your maximum depth, you can round the shoulders and let the head go. Stay here, or if you want to, hands flat on the mat. Push your body weight forward, lift your sit bones up. Left foot comes down on the mat. Allow your left knee to point up. So there's a small external rotation in your left hip, and slide your hands a little bit farther forward. I hope you can still see this. From here, squeeze the body, drag your hands back, close to the body, sit bones down. Inhale, lifting up. Hands behind you. Swap your legs over. And inhale. You can even push through your fingers and your arms to lift the spine up, waving up. Once again, hinging on your hips, hands just pointing out, and on an exhalation, expand your arms out to the sides, opening the collarbones, opening the chest out, expanding your rib cage out to the sides, and let your head go. Wave yourself up, belly up, chest up, head up, hands shift to the middle, fingers pointing forward, and exhale, hinging on your hips, sliding your hands forward. Once you've come down to your maximum depth, Allow your shoulders to round, hands flat on the mat, letting your head go. Stay or push your hands forward a little bit more. Allow your hips to lift off. Allow your foot, your right foot, to come down on the mat and chest coming as deep as you can to the floor. Deep, full breath. Wave the spine up, pushing yourself to the back. Sit bones down on the mat, hands drift behind you. Puffing the sternum up, don't allow yourself to collapse down this way. Puffing your sternum up and swap over the legs. Inhaling here, lifting the body up. Hands down on the mat, pointing out to the side and hinging on your hips. Nice straight back first and then melt down. Once you've come to the maximum tilt of the body, inhale, waving up, belly up, chest up, head up, fingers pointing forward, hinging on your hips, keeping the back nice and straight first. Once you've come to your maximum depth, melting forward and down. Hands coming flat on the floor. Body weight pushes forward, sit bones lift off, left foot down on the mat, and you're sliding your hands down. Maybe your forearms and elbows can come down, maybe your chest can come down to the mat, but don't force it there. Squeeze yourself, hugging and lifting to lift yourself up. Hands drift to the back for support and swap it over. Waving the sternum up, belly in and up, sternum up, head up, hands point out to the sides and walk or slide them down. Belly up, chest up, head up, fingers pointing forward, and exhale, slide yourself forward and down. Forward, allow your sit bones to lift. Right foot flat on the mat, and you're sliding yourself as deeply as you can down on the floor. Breathing. Squeeze your muscles, hug and lift. Bring yourself back down on the mat. Wave the spine up, hands behind you, and I'll do this orientated properly on my mat this time. Hands behind you and squeeze your knees up, legs up, ankles in plantar flexion, toes flicking up in a half boat. From here, extend your right leg, bring your left knee in, and let's paddle boat for a bit. Left leg extends, right knee in. Right leg, left leg. If you notice, I'm kind of walking up, and you can come with me. Your arms are really supporting the body here. Kind of walking up to the ceiling and walking back down, angling the body back into a shallower angle. Still challenging. Sit bones really connected to the mat. And walking back up again. Or choose an angle that's best for you. You don't have to tilt the body to point the feet up as if you're walking up. You don't have to. You can just choose an angle that you want. From here, cross your ankles, push yourself up in a Siddhasana, so you're not really pressing any weight on your ankles. Tops of the feet down on the mat. Inhale, waving the spine up, and exhale, melting forward and down. Deep, full breath. And one more. Waving up, belly in and up. Chest up, head up, hands behind you, knees together, and lift up in a half boat. and walk. Left leg in, right leg extends. Walk the feet or choose an angle. I'm just showing you, I'm keeping myself in the same angle just to encourage you that you can. Or if you don't want to walk up, you can walk your feet down or pointing down. It has its own challenges. And again, you can choose your angle. From here, cross your ankles, left ankle in front this time. Push yourself up. Inhale and exhale. Walk your hands forward, coming into a cross-legged forward fold. Wave yourself up, belly in and up. Chest up, head up, hands behind you once again. Just one more round per side, yeah? Adjust yourself on the mat as you need to. Knees in, hands behind you to support you in a nice reclining angle, and come back into your half boat. Left leg extends first this time. Right knee in and walk. And again, don't forget, your ankles are in plantar flexion, so the front of the ankles are nice and straight, but your toes are flicking towards the face. It creates strong arches for the feet. Choosing your angle, but don't allow your sternum to collapse down here. If your sternum is starting to collapse, push yourself back up and stay in a shallower angle. Good. Last one. Right extends, left extends, right extends. From here, bring your legs down on the mat. Dorsiflex the ankles this time, 90 degrees in the front of the ankles. Waving yourself up, hinging on your hips. Don't allow your back to round straight away here. You can push through your arms, leaving them at the back, pushing yourself forward so the back is still nice and straight. Once you've come into your maximum depth with a straight back, you can relax in your Paschimottanasana. Deep, full breath. Wave yourself up, belly up, chest up, head up, hands behind you. Before we lift our legs, plantar flex the ankles. Bring the toes to point forward this time. Wave the spine, belly in and up, chest up, head up, and stay here with your sit bones down on the mat if this is enough, or strong arms pushing through the length of your arms. Allow your body to naturally lift off, then add the strength of your feet, strength of your legs to push your hips a little bit higher. Keep looking down the line of your body if your neck is happy here, or for this flow, you can let your head go, but if you do drop the head back, you do have to commit to the drop back. From here, soften your elbows, allow your sit bones to come down. Don't thud yourself down. Push your sternum back up just to reset the body here. Bend the knees and back into half boat. Left leg extends, right knee in, and walk. Resetting the feet, resetting the activation of your upper back so the sternum isn't collapsing in. Resetting the breath. And again, feel the support of your mat, the support of the floor, the support of the earth, and just accept that support while all of the rest of the body is, well, for this flow, the legs are still moving, but your foundations are supporting you. From here, bring your legs back down, dorsiflex the ankles, Wave the spine up, keeping your fingers behind you, but adjusting them as you need to, pushing through the length of your arms, tilting on your hips, and coming into your maximum depth with the back still nice and straight. From here, once you've come down to your maximum depth with a straight back, you can relax forward and down. Deep, full breath. Allow the body to lift and sink back down with your breath. Next inhalation, wave yourself up, belly in and up, chest up, head up, hands walk behind you. Once again, just for one more of our Purvottanasana. Waving the sternum up, the head up, plantar flex ankles, pointing the toes away this time, and stay if this is enough. Or strong arms pushing through the length of your arms, then add the strength of your legs, feet pressing down into the mat, grounding you down, while the rest of the body is being lifted up. And all the way down, bending your elbows. From here, cross your ankles, lift your sternum up, walk your hands forward, body weight forward, but we're going to keep the head low and come into a forward fold, stepping your feet to the top of your mat, letting your head go, hands beside the feet, don't hang, don't lock your knees and lift the body up and hang this way in a forward fold. Bend your knees, finger pads down on the mat, and then push the length of your arms, length of your fingers into the mat. You'll feel that natural lift, natural curving of the spine, of the back, and it gives your legs space to lengthen out. Letting the head go, looking through the gap between your legs and as high up that gap as you can to lengthen out the back of the neck. From here, sun salutation A's. Soften your knees, backs of the hands in, wave yourself up, pushing through the length of your legs to lift the body up. Inhale, upward facing hands. Push the hips forward, just starting with a shallow back bend. Squeeze the front of the body to lift. Hands in, elbows press in. Soften your knees, bow down, lead with the crown of your head, coming back to your forward fold. Again, don't hang, finger pads down on the mat, pushing through the length of your arms. Natural curving and lifting of the back to give your legs space to lengthen out. From here, soften the pose, finger pads high up on your shins. You're not holding on to your shins necessarily, just the pads of your fingers high up on your shins, and push the length of your arms into your shins. Counter pushing forward with the shins, and you're lifting up into your half lift, hugging and lifting here. Exhale, forward fold. Hands as flat as you can make them beside the feet, and just step back for now. Just our progressional sun salutation, coming into your plank. Bend the knees, push back. Puppy pose. You can opt to stay here for the first rounds or throughout our class. Whenever we find ourselves in a half flow, you can opt for puppy pose or lengthen your legs in downward facing dog. Again, pushing through the length of your arms, natural lifting of the highest point of our back. In this case, our sit bones, our hips, and the legs can also lengthen. Spinal wave here, belly up, chest up, head up, and exhale down. And just a few more spinal waves. Belly up, chest up, head up, and exhale down. One more. Belly up, chest up, head up, exhale down. Let's finish our half flow. Inhale, heels up and wave yourself forward to plank. Knees down, untuck your toes, knee plank. Bend your elbows to the back, chest, torso in between your hands. Hopefully your hands and your lower ribs come into alignment. If your hands are a little bit forward, walk them to the back. Squeeze your back muscles. Don't just push through your arms. Squeeze your back muscles first. And you can opt to stay in a shallow cobra, but with a strong engagement of the back. Exhale. Relax down, flat plank. One more. Squeeze the back muscles, engage them. Lighten your hands, shallow cobra. Or add the strength of your arms, higher cobra, elbows bend. Looking forward, relaxing the shoulders down to neutral. Exhale, abdominal massage. All the way down, flat plank. One more, up to up dog. Squeeze the back muscles, shallow cobra. Add the strength for your arms, higher cobra, or even more to lift you up to an upward facing dog. Transitioning back down to a flat plank just for this first round. Flat plank, abdominal massage. Tuck your toes under and push through your arms to lift up. Knee plank, knees up. Full plank, bend them and press back. Puppy pose or downward facing dog. One spinal wave, belly up, chest up, head up, and exhale down. Heels up, knees and elbows bend, and just step. But when you step up, I want you to curl your legs up so we're not dragging your feet, getting in touch with the weight of our legs. Fingers high up on your shins, waving yourself up, half lift. Exhale, all the way down, forward fold. Soften your knees, backs of the hands in, wave yourself up, upward facing hand. Push your hips forward, shallow or deeper back bend now if you want to. Squeeze the front of the body to lift. Upward facing hands, hands in, elbows in, bow down, forward fold. Hands beside the feet, let your head go. Inhale, waving up halfway. Your fingers can remain down on the mat or any height on your shins now as you want to. Exhale down. Adding a jump, bend your elbows and your knees and step or jump. Plank. Exhaling all the way down with or without your knees, all the way down. Untuck your toes, waving up. Shallow cobra, engage your back. Add the strength of your arms, higher cobra or upward facing dog. From here, transitioning from upward facing dog or from cobra, lifting back up. Plank. Puppy pose, downward facing dog. Spinal wave, belly up, chest up, head up, and exhale down. Heels up, knees and elbows bend. Now step or jump to the top of your mat. Pressing your hands strongly down in your jump and lifting yourself up. Coming into your forward fold. Once you reach the top of your mat, finger pads any height on your shins or down on the mat and waving up halfway. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, back to our forward fold, Uttanasana. Backs of the hands in, push yourself up through the length of your legs. Urdhva Hastasana, upward facing hands. Let's make this nice and smooth. Push your hips forward, shallow or deep back bend. Squeeze the front to lift. Hands in, elbows in, bow down. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, back to forward fold, and step or jump back. Plank or kumbhakasana. All the way down or halfway, chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra. Back through plank, puppy pose, downward facing dog. Spinal wave, belly up, chest up, head up, and exhale down. Heels up, knees and elbows bend, step or jump. Top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Exhale, release. Backs of the hands in, knees bend, all the way up. Upward facing hands. Shallow or deep back bend. Squeeze the front to lift. Hands in, elbows in, bow down. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Jumping back, Kumbhakasana. Plank. All the way down or halfway, Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or upward facing dog. Back through plank. Puppy pose. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Spinal wave, belly up. Chest up. Head up. And exhale down. One spinal wave here, belly up, chest up, head up, and exhale down. Heels up, knees and elbows bend, step or jump, top of your mat. And stay in your forward fold. Now, you may have noticed my blocks are here, and you can use your blocks for extra arm length should you need to. So I'm leaving that up to you, but just have them handy. From your forward fold, let's do the left leg first this time. Left leg lifts up and step it to the back. Bring your body weight to the back. This is the point when, if you want your blocks, you can use your blocks, pushing through your arms to lift your body up. Just a moment here in our intense side stretch as we bring our legs into a triangle stance. Knees nice and straight without locking. Front heel, back arch, front heel, back heel, or a little wider if you want to. So from here, with or without your blocks, left arm waves up. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers. So you're in a triangle. And for this flow, because we want to accept support from our foundations, just use a block, or if no block, hand down on the mat, not the suspended version of triangle pose. Yeah? Accept the support of your props or the floor. From here, squeeze your left side, soften your arms. Left arm around the back waist, right arm waves up, push your right hip forward and come into an exalted triangle. So we're not S-shaping the body this way. That leading hip is pushing forward and you get that nice long line on your top side. Squeeze the right side to lift up. Release your left arm and swim forward or freestyle forward as if you're swimming. Left hand down on the mat, or if you need a block, use a block. Turn to your right side, navel, sternum, nose as your right arm is finishing that circle and lifting up vertically. And as we said before, the neck can be turning up. So you're gazing towards your hand or just to where the neck is dictating as its neutral angle. From here, top arm sweeps back, down, soften your knees. If you're using your blocks, grab your blocks now. Turn to the long horizon of your mat, fingertips or flat hands down. Turn your feet so they are pointing diagonally forward. With your right hand down in line or a little bit outside of the line of your shoulders. Soften your knees, soften your elbows, head down. Left arm waves up, shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers. As your left arm is waving up, you're also pushing through your foundations, your legs, and your standing arm and lifting up in a twist. With your limbs nice and straight. Exhale, bend your elbows, bend your knees, swap over your hands. Left hand just outside of that vertical line of your shoulders. Knees and elbows bend, letting the head go. Pushing through your foundations, your legs and your left arm as your right arm opens up. So we're swapping over, we're opening the pose. Exhale, close the pose here. Sweep your hand down, elbows and knees bend. You can adjust your stance as you want to and inhale. Let's make this nice and smooth. Open the pose, lengthen your limbs. Exhale, close the pose, bend your limbs. Inhale, right side, opening the pose. Exhale, close the pose. One more per side. Inhale, open the pose. Exhale, close the pose. And inhale, open the pose. Exhale, close the pose. Turn on your heels to the left side. I hope you did bring your blocks with you. If you need them, allow your feet to come back into our triangle stance. Fingertips, flat hands or blocked down on the mat, and wave yourself up just for a moment in our intense side stretch. From here, left hand, fingertips flat or blocked down on the mat, right arm waves up. Triangle pose. Squeeze your right side to lift yourself up. Don't throw yourself out of the pose. As you're doing this, you're shifting your left hip forward, right arm around the back waist, left arm opens up your left side and reaches to the back. Deep, full breath. The lateral flexion in this pose won't go very, very deep because of the angle of this back hip. So don't force yourself to come down into a very deep lateral flexion. Squeeze your left side to lift. Hands down on the mat. Step back, plank. Half flow, your choices. All the way down or halfway. Cobra or upward facing dog. Back through plank. Puppy pose. Downward facing dog. Spinal wave, belly up. Chest up. Head up. And exhale down. Heels up. Heels up. Knees and elbows bend. Step or jump. Top of your mat. And coming back to our forward fold. Left leg, step it back. Distribute your body weight. A moment in our intense side stretch with the hands in line with your front foot, waving the spine up halfway. Very similar to our half lift. Exhale, relax the pose, but don't bring yourself down. Right hand, finger pads, flat or blocked. Left arm, waves up, triangle. Squeeze your left side, pushing strongly through your right leg, lifting yourself up, right hip floats forward, exalted triangle. Squeezing the right side lift. Allow your arms to come into their full rotation until your left hand is down on the mat, with or without a block. Right arm finishes that circle and lands in a vertical line. Top arm sweeps back. Down, soften your knees, and turn to the long horizon of your mat to the left side. Hands just a little wider than your shoulders. Let your head go. Elbows and knees bend high. Close the pose. From here, starting with the right hand down on the mat, open the pose, lengthen the limbs, twisting yourself to the left side, left arm up. Exhale, closing the pose. Inhale, open the pose to the right side. Exhale, close the pose. You can use your standing hand to torque a little bit more. If you want to, open the pose to the left side. Exhale, close. Open the pose to the right side. Exhale, closing. Just one more per side. Opening the pose. Exhale, close. Open the pose, right side. Exhale, close. Turning on your heels. Bring your blocks, if you need them, turning on your heels to the left side. Adjust your stance. A moment in intense side stretch. Finger pads down, pushing through the length of your arms and fingers, lifting and waving your body up. Halfway, still hugging and lifting here. Left hand down, right arm opens up into your triangle. Squeezing the body, lifting yourself up, exalted triangle. Squeezing the left side to lift. Swim forward, freestyle forward until your right hand is down, and finish that twist and finish that rotation of your and swim forward, windmill forward until your right hand is down, left arm comes into your vertical line. Breathing. Top arm swims back, down. Soften your knees and your elbows and step back. Plank, curling your left leg nice and high so we don't overly drag our limbs, our hands and our feet all the way down or halfway. Cobra or upward facing dog. Back through plank. Puppy pose. Downward facing dog. Spinal wave, belly up. Chest up. Head up. And exhale down. Heels up. Knees and elbows bend. Step or jump. Top of your mat. Letting your head go. Deep full breath. Right leg curls up, starting with the right this time. Right leg up, step back. Body weight distributed between your legs. Finger pads down on the mat or hands flat if you want to. Waving up to intense side stretch. Exhale, down. Left hand down on the mat. Right arm opens you up into your triangle. Squeeze the right side, lift. Left hip shifts forward, coming into your exalted triangle. Squeezing the left side to lift you up. Windmill your arms forward or swim your arms forward. Right hand down, left arm back into our revolved triangle. Top arm sweeps back, down, turn on your heels to the right long side, long edge of your mat. Hands down, knees and elbows bend, let your head go. Left hand down on the mat this time. Right arm opens up. Open the pose. Exhale, close the pose. Inhale, open the pose, left side, pushing strongly through your foundation limbs. Exhale down. One more per side. Inhale, opening the pose to the right. Exhale down. Opening the pose to the left. And exhale down. Turning on your heels to your right foot. Adjust your feet. Right hand down on the mat. Left arm opens up to your triangle. Pushing strongly through your front leg, squeezing your left side and coming into your exalted triangle. Lifting up, reaching forward, windmill forward until your left hand is down with or without your block. Right arm reaches up, revolve triangle. Top arm sweeps back, down, soften your knees, stepping back, plank. All the way down or halfway. Cobra or upward facing dog, back through plank, puppy pose, downward facing dog, spinal wave, belly up, chest up, head up, and exhale down. Heels up, knees and elbows bend, step or jump, top of your mat. Forward fold. Right leg curls up, step it back. Distributing your body weight slightly forward, intense side stretch. Exhale, melting down, left hand down, right arm opens up into your triangle. Squeeze the right side, pushing strongly through your left side, exalted triangle. Lifting up, squeezing your left side, windmill forward, right hand down, left arm reaches up, revolve triangle. Top arm out to the back, down, soften your knees and turn to your right side to the long edge of your mat. Down, head down, knees and elbows bend. With your left hand down on the mat, open your pose to the right side. Try not to shift your body weight side to side for this, by the way. Close the pose. Inhale, opening the pose, left arm up. Exhale, close the pose. Maybe coming into a deeper bend of your knees if you want to. Inhale, open the pose, right side. Exhale down. Inhaling, open the pose, left side. Exhaling down. Turn on your heels to your right foot. Adjust your stance, gaining your triangle legs once again. Right hand down on the mat with or without your block. Left arm opens up into your supported triangle. Squeezing your left side, pushing strongly through your right, shifting your right hip forward, exalted triangle. Squeezing your right side, setting yourself back forward, windmill your arms until your left hand comes down on the mat, with or without your block. Right arm vertical, revolve triangle. Top arm to the back, down, and coming into your intense side stretch. Exhale down, hands flat on the mat, stepping back, plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, all the way down or halfway. Cobra or upward facing dog. Back through plank, puppy pose. Downward facing dog. Spinal wave. Belly up, chest up, head up, and exhale down. Heels up, knees and elbows bend, step or jump. Top of your mat, letting your head go, forward fold. Starting with the right leg curls up, step it back. Gain your triangle legs, hands beside the feet, on your finger pads and wave up halfway, belly up, chest up, head up in our intense side stretch. Relax the body here, left hand down, right arm opens you up into your triangle, your supported triangle. Squeeze the right side, strong front leg, lifting yourself up and coming into exalted triangle. Squeeze the left side, windmill or swim your arms forward, right hand down on the mat, with or without your block, left arm opens up, revolve triangle. Breathing. Top arm sweeps back, down, soften your knees and turn to your right side to the long horizon of your mat. Hands down on your mat, a little wider than your shoulders, knees bend, elbows bend. And let's flow here. Left hand strongly down on the mat, pushing through your foundations. Right arm waves up into your twist. Exhale down. Right hand down, close the pose. Inhale, open the pose. Exhale, close the pose. This time option, left hand on your right ankle or still down on the mat, and inhale, waving up. So you're either crossing or your hand is just down on the mat as before. Exhale, close the pose. Right hand, left ankle, and inhale, opening up. Open the pose. Exhale down. Turn on your heels to your right foot. Hands down on the mat, letting the head go as you set your feet, and inhale, waving up into your intense side stretch. Relax the pose, right hand down, left arm waves up, triangle. Squeeze your left side, strong right leg, lift yourself up, exalted triangle. Squeezing the right side, allow your arms to come into their rotation and come back into your revolved triangle. Top arm sweeps back, down, hands down on the mat, and step back to your plank for a half flow, all the way down or halfway. Cobra or upward facing dog, back through plank, puppy pose, downward facing dog, spinal wave, belly up, chest up, head up, and exhale down. Heels up, knees and elbows bent, step or jump. Top of your mat. Forward fold. Right leg curls up, step it back. Distributing your body weight, intense side stretch. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Exhale down, left hand down on the mat, right arm waves up, triangle. Exalted triangle. Don't throw your limbs, don't rush. Lifting up, transitioning into your revolved triangle. Right hand down, left arm up. Top arm sweeps back, down, soften your knees as you maneuver yourself to point the head and the toes to the long horizon of your mat. Hands a little wider than your shoulders. Let your head go, knees and elbows bend. Left hand down on the mat or crossing over to your right ankle. Right arm opens the pose, legs nice and long. Exhale, close the pose. Right hand down on the mat or crossing over, and inhale, opening the pose. Exhale, close the pose. Inhale, open the pose, right arm up. Exhale, close the pose. Left arm up. Opening the pose. Keeping the body at center. Exhale, closing the pose. Turning on your heels to your right foot. And inhale, Parsvottanasana, intense side stretch with your hands in front, in line with your front foot. Exhale, closing the pose. Right hand down, left arm opens up. Triangle. Squeezing your left side, right leg nice and strong. Exalted triangle. Lifting up, windmill forward until your left hand is down, right arm is up, revolve triangle. Top arm sweeps back, down, hands flat, step back, plank. Inhale, plank, exhale all the way down or halfway. Cobra or upward facing dog, back through plank, puppy pose, downward facing dog, spinal wave, belly up, chest up, head up, and exhale down. Heels up, knees and elbows bend, step or jump, top of your mat, forward fold. Left leg curls up, step it back. Intense side stretch. Inhale, waving up halfway. Exhale, relaxing the pose. Right hand down, left arm waves up. Triangle. Squeezing your left side, strong right leg. Exalted triangle. Lifting up, windmill forward into your revolved triangle. Top arm to the back, down, soften your knees, turn to the long horizon of your mat, hands a little wider than your shoulders, knees bend, deep full breath. Right hand down on the mat or crossing over to your left ankle, left arm waves up. Keeping the body at center, trying not to drift side to side. Exhale down. Left hand down on the mat or on your right ankle and inhale, waving up. Exhale down. Choose where your hand is. Inhale, opening up the left arm. Open the pose. Close the pose. Open the pose, right side. Exhale, closing the pose, turning on your heels to the left foot. Adjusting your feet. When you're ready, inhale, waving up halfway. Intense side stretch. Exhale, relaxing the pose. Left hand down, right arm opens you up in your triangle. Pushing strongly through your left leg, right side squeezes, left hip drifts forward, coming into your exalted triangle. Squeezing your left side, windmill or swim forward until your right hand is down. Don't lock your knees. Left arm up, revolve triangle. Top arm to the back, down, soften your knees so you can maneuver yourself back into your plank, all the way down or halfway. Cobra or upward facing dog, back through plank, puppy pose, downward facing dog, spinal wave, belly up, chest up, head up, and exhale down. Heels up, knees and elbows bend, step or jump, top of your mat. And coming back into our forward fold. Breathing. Left leg lifts up, Step it back, drifting your body weight to distribute your weight, and inhale, waving up halfway. Intense side stretch. Exhale, releasing the pose. Right hand down, left arm opens you up. Triangle. Lifting up, exalted triangle. Lifting up, windmill forward, left hand down, right arm up, revolve triangle. Top arm back, down, soften your knees and your elbows, turning to the long horizon of your mat. Let your head go. Knees and elbows bend. Choose the placement of your hands. Right hand down on the mat and inhale, waving up, opening the pose with your left arm up. Exhale, close the pose. Inhale, open the pose, right arm up. Exhale, close the pose, choosing where your hands are anchored. Left arm opens up, either vertical or crossed. Exhale down. Right arm opens up with your left arm vertical or crossed. Exhale down. Turning on your heels to the left foot, adjusting your stance. And inhale, intense side stretch, Parshvottanasana. Exhale, melting down, left hand down, right arm waves up, triangle pose. Strong front leg, squeezing your top side, drifting your leading hip forward. Exalted triangle. Lifting up. Lifting yourself up, windmilling the arms forward, right hand down, left arm opens up into your revolve triangle. Top arm to the back, down, melting down, stepping back, plank. Inhale, plank, all the way down or halfway. Cobra or upward facing dog, back through plank, puppy pose, downward facing dog, spinal wave, belly up, chest up, head up, and exhaling down. Heels up, knees and elbows bend, step or jump. Top of your mat. Bend your knees, backs of the hands together, push through the length of your legs, waving yourself up back into our upward facing hands, shallow or deep back bend. Squeeze the front to lift, hands in, elbows press in, bow down, bend your knees, forward fold, letting the head go. From here, left leg curls up, step it back. Back heel down. This time, bring your front knee in a 90-degree angle. Right forearm slides up to your right thigh. Left arm waves up into your high side angle. Don't let your lower shoulder and neck collapse here. Push through the length of your arm. Into our high side angle. Lengthen out your right knee. Right arm lengthens as well. And you're in the higher version of our triangle. Top arm sweeps back, down, shoulders level, cross your wrists, left arm on the outside of your right leg, right arm waves up, and you're in the higher version of our revolve triangle. From here, right knee bends, left forearm on your right thigh, and you can twist yourself a little bit deeper in a version of a revolved side angle. Top arm sweeps to the back, down, fingertips strongly down on the mat. You can also grab your blocks here if you want to. Flat or in the claw hands or blocked. Body weight forward. Keep looking forward. Curl your left leg in. Point the knee back and up. And extend. Squeezing your gluteal muscle. Pushing strongly through your foundations. In a different version of our warrior 3. From here, left hand flat, with or without your block. So your hands are diagonally away from your front foot, creating a big triangle with those 3 points. Left hand flat or with a block, right arm waves up in a revolved half moon pose. Top arm sweeps to the back, down, right hand with or without a block, flat on your foundation, left arm opens up in your full half moon pose, squeezing your other gluteal muscles, your gluteal medius and maximus, the side muscles here on your hip, and that will lift your leg up. Top arm back, down, back foot down on the mat. Drift your body weight to center. Head and feet pointing back to the long horizon of your mat as we did earlier. Hands down on the mat. Bend your elbows and bend your knees. Let your head go. And as we did previously with this flow, you can opt to bring your hands, your arms vertically down or crossing to the other side. And let's do that. Right hand down or crossing to your left ankle with your knees still bent. Lengthen them out as you unfurl your left arm up into your twist, keeping the body to center. Exhale, bend your knees, close your pose. Left hand, if you crossed your right, try to cross your left arm as well here. And inhale, open the pose, lengthen the legs, unfurl your free arm, looking up towards the ceiling. And exhale, close the pose. Right arm vertical or crossed, left arm leads the way into your twist. Exhale, close the pose, left arm vertical or crossed, and inhale, open up to your right side, right arm leads away, unfurls up, and exhale, closing the pose once again. From here, turning to your left foot. Left forearm slides up to your left thigh. Right arm waves up into your high side angle. Lengthen out your left knee, high triangle. Top arm sweeps back, down, shoulders level, cross your wrists and spin, revolved high triangle. Only here for a moment. Big tendency of that knee to lock, so it's tricky to keep a micro bend in that knee. Bend your left knee now, right forearm on top of your left thigh and come into a different version of a revolved side angle. Top arm to the back, down, with or without your blocks, and I'll just show you with blocks this time. Hands flat on the mat or on your blocks, body weight forward, curl in your right leg, bend your knee, point the knee back and up. Don't let your body come very deep here. Pushing strongly through your arms to lift your chest up and squeeze your gluteal muscles. From here, right hand on your block, or flat on the mat. I actually like coming on the flat side, on the big flat side of the block because it's more supportive. Left arm waves up in your revolved half moon pose. Top arm sweeps back, down, and again, the block for your left hand, place it flat on the big side, on the big face. Right arm waves up, distribute your body weight, squeeze your side hip muscles, the other gluteal muscles, and you're in your revolved, oh, not revolved, sorry, half moon pose. Top arm sweeps back, down, hands down, back foot down. Just move your blocks, maybe shift them to the middle so you can reach for them later. Hands flat and step back, plank. Inhale, plank, half flow, all the way down or halfway. Cobra or upward facing dog, back through plank, puppy pose, downward facing dog. Spinal waves, belly up, chest up, head up, and exhale down. Breathing. Heels up, knees and elbows bend, step or jump. Top of your mat. And coming back into your forward fold. Right leg steps back. Back heel down, front knee bends. From here, wave yourself up, belly up. Chest up, left forearm on your left thigh, right arm waves up, high side angle. Left knee lengthens out, squeeze the body here, hugging and lifting to support yourself into your high triangle. Top arm sweeps back, down, shoulders level, wrists cross on top of each other, and unfurl your left arm into your high revolved triangle, hugging and lifting here. Left knee bends, right forearm on top of your left leg, and come into that different version of our revolved side angle. Top arm sweeps back, down, finger pads down on the mat, walk them a little bit forward. You can also come back and use your blocks or hands flat on the mat. Body weight forward, pushing strongly through your arms, curling your right leg in, point the knee back and up, and extend. Again, we're not bending the elbows and tilting the body lower. You can even lift yourself a little bit higher if you want to. Squeeze your gluteal muscles, squeeze, especially the right side of your back. Right hand flat on the mat or on your block. Left arm waves up into your revolved half moon pose. Deep full breath. Top arm sweeps back, down, left hand down on the mat, and that hand is diagonally away from your standing foot. Right arm waves up into the open version of your half moon pose. Top arm sweeps back, down, back foot down. Now let's add something. Bring your blocks away from the mat, hands down, left leg curls up and angle it for your pigeon. So you're in a floating pigeon. Bring that leg down, back knee down, and walk that leg until it's nice and long and lengthened behind you. Wave the belly up, chest up, head up, lifting onto your finger pads and coming into a proud pigeon. Deep full breath. I hope you feel that lengthening right here in the side of the body, especially the psoas. And on an exhalation, just melt forward and down, sliding your hands forward, letting the head go. In our resting pigeon. Deep full breath. Don't rush this. Now wave yourself back up, walk your hands closer. Once again, a la plank, back toes tuck under. Lift your knee up, pushing strongly through your arms, lift yourself back into a floating pigeon. And step that foot back down, stay low, turn on your heels back to the long side of your mat. Hands under your shoulders a little bit wider and exhale. We know our options here with starting with the right hand down, left arm opens the pose. Exhale, close. Right arm opens the pose. Twisting, exhaling, close. One more. Left arm. Exhale, close. Right arm waves up. Exhaling, close the pose. Turn on your heels to your right foot. Adjust your warrior stance. Front knee bent, right arm, right thigh, left arm opens up into your high side angle version. Deep full breath. Right knee lengthens out. High triangle, hugging and lifting, squeezing the body to support the form. Top arm sweeps back, down, shoulders level, wrists cross, back of the left hand on the outside of your right thigh. Right arm unthreads and unfurls up into a revolved triangle. Bending your front knee, forearm on top of your thigh, and you can encourage the body to twist a little bit deeper here if you want to. Top arm to the back, down, finger pads down on the mat, walking them diagonally away from your front foot. Body weight forward, curling your left leg in, bending that knee, pushing strongly through your arms to feel that lift. Bring your back knee to point back and up, and then extend that leg. In a version of a warrior three, a different warrior three. Prepping ourselves, prepping the body for our moon poses. Left hand flat with or without a block. Right arm waves up into your revolved half moon. Top arm sweeps back, down, plant it back down on the mat with or without a block. Left arm opens up into your full half moon. Odd name, I know. Deep full breath. Top arm sweeps back, down, hands flat, walking them in. So you've got a little bit of space at the top of your mat. Back foot down, so your hands are back into our a la plank position. Right leg curls up, pushing strongly through your arms. Angle your leg for pigeon and land. Back knee down and walk your leg out so it's nicely lengthened towards the back. High up on your finger pads and wave the body up into your proud pigeon. Belly up, chest up, head up. Deep full breath here. On your next exhalation, slide your hands forward and just melt yourself down on your leg. Don't allow your elbows to sink down here. Press the circles of your hands strongly down so that your elbows lift up. Wave yourself up once again, belly up, chest up, head up as you walk your hands closer, back toes tuck under, knee lifts off. Strong arms once again, push yourself up into your floating pigeon. Now bring that leg to the back and let's have a half flow. Exhale all the way down or halfway. Cobra or upward facing dog. Back through plank. Puppy pose. Downward facing dog. Spinal wave, belly up, chest up, head up, and exhale down. Heels up, knees and elbows bent. Step or jump, top of your mat. And coming back into your forward fold. Soften your knees, backs of the hands together, thread yourself up. Just resetting ourselves back here. Push your hips forward, shallow or deep back bend. Squeeze the front to lift, hands in, elbows in, bow down. Forward fold, letting the head go. Bend your knees, waving yourself up. Upward facing hands, shallow or deep back bend. Squeeze the front to lift. From here, just relax the body and grab your blocks if they're still at the back of the mat, like mine are. Bring them on either side of your mat and just come down into our plank. Stay with me here on a count of 5 all the way down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, all the way down. Well done. From here, adjust yourself on the mat as you need to. Just forearms down on the mat and just shake your hips side to side, just loosening the hips and the lower back a little bit more. From here, bring your arms forward. And I think you know what we're gonna do. Wave yourself up. Chest up, head up, elbows up. You can just keep your hands down on the mat for now, but you're pressing down to feel that natural lift, squeezing your back and lifting your legs up. You can stay as shallow as this if you want to, in a variation of locust pose. From here, legs down, elbows bent, walk them by your lower ribs. You can see that, lower ribs. Push your chest up into a knee plank. Curl the back like a downward facing cat pose and push back into your extended child's pose. Now let's make this a circular movement of the body. With your elbows drifting in, slide yourself forward, down. Your hands can remain by your ribs. Move them forward once again, or if you want to, bring them to the back. A lot more back activation if your arms are towards the back. Waving up, chest up, head up, squeezing the back muscles, and coming into a full locust pose. Breathing here. The point of this, for this flow, isn't necessarily the depth of your back bend, because this is a back bend, but just the movement of your breath. And exhale down. Bring your hands by your lower ribs. Push yourself up. Knee plank. Round the back. Downward facing cat. And all the way to the back. As I was saying, the purpose of this of our locust pose for this flow is to expand the rib cage, to really breathe and utilize all of the lobes of the lungs, the wholeness of our lungs, the wholeness of our body, breathing, and not necessarily deep back bends. A few more. Elbows in. Roll or slide yourself forward. Choose your hand position and wave up, locust. That's one breath. 2, 3, and all the way down. Don't rush the transition. Chest up, knee plank. Round the back. This counter poses that strong back bend and push back. Extended child's pose. Elbows in, slide forward. Choose your arms and inhaling. Waving up. If you're in this pose, draw the breath really deep and still feel the movement of the body with that pressure in the abdomen. And exhaling down, counter pose, knee plank, downward facing cat, extended child's pose. And maybe just one more. Looking forward, slide through. Choose the arm position and inhale, waving up. Feel the ebb and flow of the breath. That's 3, maybe 2 more. And last one. Exhaling down. Counter pose, hands by your lower ribs. Knee plank. Downward facing cat. Extended child's pose. From here, slide yourself forward. One more time and just flip the body. Just flip yourself up so that you're down on the mat. Doing it mindfully and as gracefully as you can. If we can. I'm just adjusting my audio device from here. Curl your legs in and draw circles. Sacroiliac joint massage, our old favorite. And the mini vinyasa we end our classes with. Hug your knees in and let's have a happy baby pose. Our other favorite, knees wide, feet pointing up towards the ceiling, hands on the edges of your feet, but bring the elbows on the outside of your knees and rock side to side. I always tend to say this, it's not the most elegant of poses, but it's really nice to massage the back muscles. Deep, full breath. You can even close your eyes at this point and just enjoy, once again, the grounded feeling, the anchored feeling of our back down on the mat. Even if we fall all the way to one side like this, the elbows are there to catch us and push us back up into position. And again, accepting the support of our props, of the floor, of the mat, of our own self, keeping us safe in our practice, giving us that confidence that no matter what situation we find ourselves in, however anxious and untethered we feel, we will always have some form of support. From here, bring your knees back in. Feet on the edges of your mat, relaxing your arms already in your Shavasana, and just have gentle window wipes, side to side with your legs, eyes closed here. And as you're walking your feet, you're just relinquishing all of that effort, lengthening the legs out on the mat, creating that anchored feeling with our foundations to the whole back side of the body, and entering your Shavasana.